Hello, I'm Jacob Simpson from the Cincinnati Type and Print Museum, and we're here in the Schramm Print Shop, and we're going to show you a little bit about typesetting and some of the presses and some of the things and how they work. So it's still a little bit light here at the bottom, and then it looks like it's a little bit off center, so we're going to check everything here. So I need to move these two gauge pins down a little bit. So now I'll grab another sheet of paper. And because it was a little bit light, I'm going to open this back up and just put one more piece of paper underneath. So then we can line that back up, pull your lever so that the press makes an impression. And now let's see where we're at. And then now we're just going to print a few pieces while making small adjustments until everything looks even. Everything looks good. So that's our final printed piece. So now what we need to do is run off copies. When you're printing and getting everything set up, you do want to let the ink that's on the temp pen dry. That way it's not putting ink on the back of your print itself. So we just want to make sure there's no ink showing up on the back. But once you have everything set up, then you can start feeding pieces in. So put your first one on, pull your handle to get ready to print, and then once you get the press going at full speed, there is a foot brake down at the bottom, and you want to use that to stop the press instead of grabbing onto the flywheel. You can do that when you're just making small rotations for your test prints, but when the press is going at full speed, you want to make sure you're using the foot brake instead of your hand because you don't want your hand to get caught in this flywheel. So then when you're ready to print, put your first sheet on, pull the lever onto impression, and then start slow at first until you kind of get a feel for the rhythm. You're going to take one off, put another one on. And the important thing to know is that if a piece of paper starts to slide, you never want to chase that with your hand, because no matter what this is, it's not as important as your fingers. And it's very easy to get your fingers pinched in the press if you're not paying attention to what you're doing. So we'll run off a couple more here just so you can see what that looks like. So now for everybody's favorite part of the day, cleaning the press. So you've got your solvent, and put a little bit on the rag. And then we're just going to start wiping everything down. So I usually start with the ink disc, but I don't get it perfectly clean. I just kind of get most of it off because I'm actually going to roll the rollers back up. And then just start rolling, wiping the ink off them. And then wipe the ink disc below the rollers. That way as they're rolling back across it, they're not picking up more ink. And then just slowly start rolling them down the disc while you're wiping the ink off of them. And then give the ink disc one more good wipe. So then take your rag and wipe off the type itself. And then if you need to take a small brush or toothbrush just to get the last little bit out, you can. But this seems to be cleaning up pretty well. And then everything's cleaned up and you're ready to go for the next time.